Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about resistance temperature detectors, commonly known as RTD. A change in temperature causes the electrical resistance of a material to change. The resistance change is measured to infer the temperature change. There are two types of thermoresistive measuring devices. First one is the RTD and second one is the thermistor. RTD is basically either a long, small diameter metal wire wound in a coil or an etched grid on a substrate, much like a strain gauge. Platinum is the most common metal used for RTDs. The RTD operates on the principle that the electrical resistance of a metal changes predictably in an essentially linear and repeatable manner with changes in temperature. It has positive temperature coefficient. The resistance of the element at a base temperature is proportional to the length of the element and the inverse of the cross-sectional area. A typical electric circuit designed to measure temperature with RTDs actually measures a change in resistance of the RTD, which is then used to calculate a change in temperature. The resistance of an RTD increases with increasing temperature, just as the resistance of a strain gauge increases with increasing strain. So, how do RTDs work? They work on a basic correlation between metals and temperature. As the temperature of a metal increases, the metal's resistance to the flow of electricity increases. Similarly, as the temperature of the RTD resistance element increases, the electrical resistance measured in ohms increases. RTD elements are commonly specified according to their resistance in ohms at 0 degrees Celsius. The most common RTD specification is 100 ohms, which means that 0 degrees Celsius, the RTD element should demonstrate 100 ohms of resistance. Platinum is the most commonly used metal for RTD due to number of factors like chemical inertness, nearly linear temperature versus resistance relationship, temperature coefficient of resistance that is large enough to give readily measurable resistance changes with temperature, and stability. Other metals that are less frequently used are nickel, copper, and Balco. The figure shown shows a two-wire RTD. So R lead represents the resistance of one of the wires called lead wires that run from the bridge to the RTD itself. Lead resistance was of no concern in strain gauge circuits because R lead remained constant at all times. For RTD circuits, however, some portions of the lead wires are exposed to changing temperatures. Since the temperature of the metal wire changes with temperature, R lead changes with T, which can cause errors in the measurement. This error can be non-trivial and misinterpreted as RTD resistance change. There are two lead wires in the two-wire RTD bridge circuit shown above, which doubles the error. A clever circuit designed to eliminate the lead wire resistance error is called as three-wire circuit, and we will see about the three-wire bridge circuit now. It is still a quarter bridge circuit since only one of the four bridge resistors has been replaced by the RTD. However, one of the lead wires has been placed on the R2 leg of the bridge instead of the R3 leg. To analyze this circuit, assume that R1 equals to R4 and R2 equals to R3 initially when the bridge is balanced. Then we can get the balance condition of a Wheatstone bridge. Thank you everyone for watching the video.